It's not everything's 8 nights like Hanukkah. every Jewish holiday.
It sure seems like it.
8.
Passover's got like 8 nights too.
Oh,
There's a couple different nights of Passover.
No, I don't really know anything about the Jewish.
About the Jewish folk.
I know the bar mitzvah.
Bat mitzvah. I wish we had something as just we had like confirmation, but that's not.
Wow. You did. I didn't.
Right. You didn't have any.
I grew up in sort of a godless, broken home.
It's weird to be raised on a farm, to have a farmer as your parent, and they're not religious. That's odd. That's like an outlier, I think, statistically. I think we're not rolling yet.
I guess so, yeah, but I think it was just because, I mean, how could you have faith in a God who's brought so much hellfire upon your crops?
Yeah, wow. So he has a pretty bad run of being a farmer then. A lot of locusts.
It never seemed like it was a fun thing to do.
How many acres was it? Like, it was his full-time job, right?
It's still his job.
Yeah.
I don't know how many acres. He rents all the land.
Because it's unusual in this day and age for that to be somebody's main gig unless they're like a big farmer with like a bunch of huge equipment.
Yeah, an industrialized farm. Yeah.
Right. But he wasn't that, right? I mean, he was
he's still alive. I
think was my dad's dead. Yeah. I think everyone's dad is dead. I was also just talking to Maddie Ryan about you talking to
Maddie
our
Ryan,
dads.
friend of the show, welcome anytime.
Friend of the show, welcome anytime. About our dads, we were referring to them in the past tense for the last 3 hours. Yeah. So that's my bad.
So he's still alive and well, and still farming.
Yeah.
But he also has like side jobs and stuff where you dig people's ponds and shit.
Yeah, my dad did a farm sort of operation during the summer for years, and then would do remodeling in the winter and fall.
Yeah,
and would do contract work in people's houses. And stuff.
He plows snow for the FedEx airport in Indianapolis. Yeah.
Okay, right on. He's a plowman.
He's a plowman. I've had a nasty bug.
Oh no!
The past couple days.
Oh Jesus Christ! You told me about this right now. So you're deathly ill?
I'm deathly ill. I'm in the throes of a horrific illness.
Oh my God! What is it?
I don't know. It's probably just a cold or something. I've been drinking all your Dayquil, NyQuil.
That's fine. Drink it up as long as you don't get tested for COVID. Because
yeah. As long as I don't get tested, I don't have COVID. So.
I agree. I've been surrounded by people who've been sick, and I've not gotten it yet. So I'm knocking on death's door.
As far as I know, I've never gotten it. I've never got tested for it, but I've never had it. As far as I know. But I feel like you could. Seems like a cold I get every month.
Something's going around. Every month. Yeah.
Every month cold.
Every 6 weeks, I really come down with something.
Yeah. No, I think it's just a normal cold I get every year. Probably twice a year I get a cold.
Yeah.
During the changing of the seasons.
During the change of the tide, change of the guard.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm lucky. I haven't gotten down with anything yet, but this is probably going to do me in.
Yeah, oh, you're fucked now.
I'm fucked now. So what, have you been sneezing, coughing? What?
Well, I just got a kind of a stuffy nose and...
snot.
Yeah, snot just pouring out of my nostrils.
Tight chest?
Tight chest. And we don't have Kleenex or anything, so I just blow my nose in the shower, get all over the fucking tub.
I've never bought a box of Kleenexes in my life, unless I was on my deathbed. People who just have that, it's crazy. To just have that already?
Yeah, you have to be a mom to buy Kleenex. It's like...
Dude, that's... Max Fine, friend of the show.
Welcome anytime.
Comic and dear friend.
Yeah.
One of the first times I met him, maybe the first time I met him in Kansas City in 2017, came in, did shows in town, needed a place to crash.
Yeah.
I'm 25. I got nothing going on. I let him stay at my place. He's hammered. He's 3 sheets to the wind.
Yeah.
We're sitting on my front porch. I have this front porch that's like the slab of concrete that's like 5 feet off the ground. Mm-hmm. Like stairs going up to it.
Yeah.
And there's like just brush and shrubs and shit down below. There's no rail.
Yeah.
There's a couple pillars, there's no rail. Yeah. He's hammer drunk, telling me a story about God knows what, holding onto a bottle of beer.
Yeah.
And as he's telling me a story, he's taking steps backwards. And the whole time I'm looking at his feet, they're getting awfully close to the ledge.
Yeah.
And I'm going, hey, man, yeah. Hey.
Right.
Move it up a couple. He's not hearing a word I'm saying. Can't hear a word I'm saying. He's just telling his story. And he does one gesture, and then he goes all the way backwards off the porch. The beer bottle shatters on the ground, slices his hand open, squirting out blood everywhere. I don't have a single piece of first aid equipment in my entire house. I mean, I don't have...
Not a Band-Aid in sight.
Not a Band-Aid, not a piece of gauze, no Neosporin, no ointment, not even tape to what we have.
No hydrogen peroxide.
Hydrogen peroxide, nothing. It's 1 a.m. in Kansas City. Everything's closed.
Yeah.
We wrap up his hand in paper towels, and then I put a rubber band around it to tighten it. Yeah. So he has paper towels wrapped around his bloody hand with rubber bands. Yeah. He passes out on my couch, blackout.
Oh my God.
He has to wake up and get a Greyhound to fucking Chicago the next day.
Christ,
and his hand's blue and fucked up, probably infected.
Well, he's got probably the rubber band's probably cutting off circulation.
It did, and he's just on a Greyhound with a blue hand and a paper towel with crusted in blood.
Jesus Christ, your couch is covered in blood.
Absolutely. So yeah, gays have first aid equipment. Other guys don't. Yeah.
No, they don't.
I wish I lived with a gay guy. We'd have a full setup.
We should move a gay guy in here.
I think, God willing, we will be. Maybe we'll find something out about him.
Maybe, yeah. So yeah, I'm sick.
Well, seems like as good a time as any to start. Here we are. Welcome back to Echo Chamber.
Yeah.
Trent is deathly ill. He's on his deathbed.
Yeah.
He has COVID, but we're not going to diagnose that.
It doesn't count if you don't get tested.
Well, it helps to flatten the curve if we're not testing. And what we want to do here on this podcast... They
do say it's making a comeback. It's coming back with a vengeance, they say.
COVID's making a comeback the same way Aaron Rodgers is making a comeback.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a lot of hullabaloo, but really there's no results.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
He's 3 plays in it.
That's the perfect analogy for it. You want to give us what are we talking about today, Joe?
Well, we've got a great episode here on Echo Chamber, the podcast where 2 comedians read articles from the Wall Street Journal because one of us, we won't say who, gets them for free from work. Well, today I've got a few, really. We are going to be talking about some change in terminology in the workplace.
Oh, boy.
Feedback is on the way out. That's a little too triggering. We're going to be talking about that. We're also going to be talking about... about how some retail workers are facing quite a bit more danger than they ever were before. A lot of theft, a lot of crime and violence in the retail space.
Everything's locked up now.
Everything's locked up. We're going to get into that and talk about why. Also, if we get to it, and we'll see if we get to it, we're going to talk about a concept called, and this is really something that may only exist in the sphere of the Wall Street Journal, because I've never heard of this. Something about a concept called money dates, where couples are mixing romance with their personal finance discussions.
Oh, sounds great.
It sounds like something a lot of normal people can relate to.
Well,
what have you got?
That all sounds fascinating, Joe. Mm-hmm. We also have a story about the Smucker's company buying Hostess.
Oh, wow. That's a kind thriller.
Of revolutionizing the snack game.
Shaking up the marketplace, no doubt.
And then we got some more AI news.
Oh, okay.
Everybody loves AI.
You can't get through one episode without an AI article. Yeah, that's fair enough.
That's not a waking nightmare. And we also have people struggling to come up with comebacks for insults. So
they're struggling to come up with comebacks
and tips and tricks on how to respond to disses and
what? Man, I can't wait for that one. Wow. I guess I'll get us started here.
Yeah, start us off.
I really hope we get to that one. That's something else. I need some tips myself. That's insane. We just can't think of comebacks anymore. They're writing about it in the fucking newspaper, the national newspaper. We also may have a visitation from our old friends at Salt and Pepper.
Oh, Pepper and Salt.
Pepper and Salt. No.
Salt and Pepper, friend of the show, welcome anytime.
Salt and Pepper.
They're great
performing
rap
artist.
Group, yeah.
Okay, this article is from the Wall Street Journal.
Okay.
And this says, the headline of this one, quote, feedback is out. Now in, Feed forward.
What is that? We gotta stop just changing words. You're making up words.
No. You're actually wrong. Because employees around the world, Trent, around the country at least, have good news for workers who dread chats about their performance. Feedback is on the way out. Many companies, executive coaches, HR professionals are looking to erase the anxious, anxiety-inducing word from the corporate lexicon for something, and some are urging it to be replaced by what they see as a gentler, more constructive word: feed forward. So.
How is that better? It sounds like the same thing. They just changed one word. It's like
I don't know
when somebody dies and they go, "Oh, they passed away." It's the same thing.
It would be like if somebody was like, "Okay, they didn't pass away; they're continuing on in a different form."
Yeah,
this one is more forward thinking, I guess, rather than retroactive. The point of this is that no one can handle any kind of criticism.
Sure.
Or this isn't even really criticism. Feedback, in my mind, is not criticism.
I would, yeah. I mean, it can be. It could, yeah. Constructive criticism.
What happened to the sandwich? What happened to the shit sandwich technique? You know
what do you mean?
You know about the shit sandwich, right?
Well, I've had a few in my day, sure.
Well, the shit sandwich, as I call it, is a form of feedback that you give where you say one positive thing, then you say what you actually want to say, and then you cap it with another different positive thing.
Yeah, so you put the shit in the middle.
You put the shit in two nice little French toast breads.
Yeah.
You say, hey, man, love what you're doing around here. Really are making a difference. Everything you've been doing is tanking the company.
Yeah.
Also, love your shoes, dude. Those rock.
Yeah.
Shit sandwich.
That actually, that works on me.
It works on me too. It's psychologically proved, I think. But no, that's not enough anymore. We're on to feed forward. Here's a quote from Joe Hirsch, a corporate speaker, now author of a book on how to fix feedback, as if he doesn't have a stake in this.
Yeah.
Quote, the old assumptions of feedback and all that word conjures up, I think puts a chill on performance. Feed forward is about this forward-looking view of people, performance, and potential. This is just empty semantics to me. And this guy is an asshole who wrote a book to make a quick paycheck.
Yeah, and he called up his friend at the Wall Street Journal. He's like,
said, hey,
I need the book is tanking. I need some help selling this fucker.
He goes,
write me an article.
He called up Alexander Brule, who wrote this article at the Wall Street Journal, and he goes, Alex, buddy, dude, how you been, man? Yeah. And he's like, good, man. How's the book? Yeah, it's funny.
My garage definitely isn't full of boxes of them. I can't haven't sold a single fucking copy. Yeah, I wish somebody had given me some feedback on this. I'm sorry, feed forward.
Let's put it this way. I've been parking my Subaru in the street for the last few weeks because the garage is full of the feed forward books. Yeah, this is 100% a guy helping his friend out talking about his shitty book.
Yeah.
Here's another quote. Feedback conversations as they commonly exist today activate a social threat response in the brain, interfering with the ability to think clearly and raising heart rates, says Teresa Adams, senior HR knowledge advisor at Human Resources Trade Association, SHRM, SHRM. Raising heart rates. So she says, okay, when somebody goes, hey, we need to talk about your performance at your job. I'm sorry. I would love to do that, but I'm actually having a heart attack right now.
It's the big one. I'm sorry. We can't talk about my poor job performance. I think I'm having the big one. So
listen, I'm going to stop you right there. I know my numbers have been down, but I'm actually having the big one.
This will have to wait for another day.
So you could perhaps call an ambulance, or perhaps maybe an Uber would be more affordable. But
because it sounds like I'm going to lose my job, so maybe just an Uber.
Maybe I could just scrape by with not losing my life while I'm at it. It's the big one. Companies are also banishing another negatively charged term, review, which they're replacing with connect sessions.
What the fuck is how's review bad?
I think it's, in my mind, they're all feedback, review. It's all backward looking at what you've been doing, which traditionally has been the only way to evaluate anything.
Well,
is what you've done. And they want to replace it with, where do we want to go from here? Blue skies.
Let's not look back at history and learn from that.
You know how you're a sales guy and you haven't made a single sale in the last 2 years? Where do we want to steer this ship? Let's talk about steering the open seas.
Oh, man. I don't know, Joe. It's, what's this picture?
Actually, I'm not sure.
Feed for thought.
What is that? I actually don't know what that is.
Well, I'm sorry to bring it up. We don't have time to read this entire article.
Well, I'll just show it to maybe the camera. There seems to be... It seems like sometimes they just put illustrations in the middle.
It seems like just a kind of a play on words.
Feed for thought. Well, that's triggering as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, so no one can take any kind of... but I will say this... If somebody comes up to me and goes, "Hey man, I want to give you some feedback," I go, "This better be fucking good."
Yeah.
But if they said I will, but also if they're like, "Hey, I want to give you some feed forward,"
I just tell them to fuck off.
Yeah, I go, fuck you. Say it to my face.
Yeah. I don't like any feedback or anything.
I don't like feedback, but I definitely don't want
feed forward.
I hate feed forward.
I think that's the conclusion we've come to. It all stinks.
It all stinks. How about this? I show up, I do my job poorly.
You don't talk to me. I don't want to hear a fucking single word. Fire me or don't fire me. That's it.
There's no feedback. There's no feed forward. Don't say shit to me. And guess what? I'm not going to do a good job either. I'm going to fucking shit the bed every day for 3 years.
Well, speaking of people doing a good job, Smucker takes aim.
Okay, so we're jumping to the Smucker story?
Yeah.
All right. Lay it on me.
This is from the Wall Street Journal.
Okay.
Smucker takes aim at
Now, this is Smucker from Smuckers,
snacks.
right? Sorry to cut you off. This is Smucker from Smuckers? Isn't there an S on it?
Well...
Or not? Or am I making that up? Is this like a Mandela effect?
I
thought it was Smucker's jelly.
I believe it might be Smucker's.
I'm sorry for doing this. Go ahead. Just say it. We're talking about the same thing, right?
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Okay, cool.
God damn it.
I didn't know. I've never heard it said Smucker.
Well, we'll get into that.
Okay. I didn't know that was part of it.
Sorry. No, it's fine. I'm just fired up. I'm sick and I'm fired up.
I didn't mean to give you that feedback. I didn't know it'd set you on high.
Well, the foods company moves deeper into business with $4.6 billion Hostess deal.
Wow. So big merger, I take it? Buyout?
Well, J.M. Smucker.
He's still alive?
I think that's the name of the company.
Okay, got it.
So the last name is Smucker, but I believe they say Smucker's
is possessive
Uncrustables and stuff like that.
Sure,
yeah,
sure.
They bought Hostess brands. They bought it for $4.6 billion. The makers of Twinkies and Ding Dongs, Ho Hos, and all those snacks.
Yeah, that's interesting because I thought they were going out of business.
Well, they actually did file for bankruptcy a while back.
It's a far cry bankruptcy and someone up $4.5 billion.
But then they got bought out by somebody else. And
they got new money.
They got new money. Now they have even newer money with J.M. Smucker.
They got Smucker's money.
Yeah, they got Smucker's money. So Chief Executive Mark Smucker.
Mark Smuckerberg?
Mark Smuckerberg. It's just Mark Zuckerberg with a mustache.
You challenged the CEO of Jif to a cage fight.
Yeah, exactly. But isn't Smucker? That's one of the most unappealing last names you could ever have.
It is until you're worth $4.5 billion.
That's true. Yeah.
God damn.
Chief Executive Mark Smucker said that
it is rough. It is rough.
Especially when you say it like I do. Smucker.
Mark Smuckerberg, all right.
Said that the Hostess brands brings a way to reach consumers during new parts of the day. Beyond when they reach for Smucker's Uncrustables. Sandwiches or Jim squeezed peanut butter. Sometimes we want peanut butter. Sometimes we want a banana.
No, This is a quote from a guy closing a $4 billion deal.
Sometimes we want something sweet. Smuckers.
All right, we just gotta gather ourselves. Can you read that one more time? Can I read that? What did he say? Okay, he said sometimes new wit reach consumers during new parts of the day. Beyond when they might reach for Smucker's Uncrustable sandwiches or peanut butter. Sometimes we want... This sounds like a 5-year-old that wrote it. Sometimes we want peanut butter. Sometimes we want banana. Sometimes we want something sweet, Smucker said. Was his wife like, yes, Mark.
Yes, that's very, very good, honey.
Very good, Mark. Now sign here. Now sign here on the dotted line.
Yeah, so... It's all part of Smucker's.
Don't say it's all part of Smucker's plan.
It's all Smucker's
to have snacks at every hour of the day.
Yeah. So, sometimes it's too early to have an Uncrustable, so you might want to reach for a Twinkie. It's all part of their brilliant $4.6
Wow. Oh, my God. So, I never thought that I could understand... big business at an international level.
Yeah.
$5 billion deal.
So the Hostess... let me just compose myself.
Yeah, let's get the wheels back on the car here.
The Hostess deal strengthens the company's presence in supermarket center aisles with indulgent snacks. I guess that's what they call junk food for
I guess it is somewhat indulgent, yeah.
In the past 3 years, indulgent snacks in the past 3 years have experienced 20% faster growth than products marketed as healthy alternatives.
Jesus Christ.
About 70% of the consumers are eating at least 2 snacks a day, Smucker said.
I love that they have data on how many snacks people are eating a day.
And they're growing. Would you imagine? Can you believe that? That junk food is growing way faster than healthy alternatives. Also, at this point, I'm of the opinion. Some people still. Anytime I get lectured on eating healthier by somebody, it's we have 10 years left. Why don't we just fucking live it up?
I think people are with you.
Eat like a fucking pig.
I will say it's of course people like junk food more than snacks, but this is a shock. I mean, this is a 20% faster growth products in the last couple of years. People have really gone fuck it.
I mean, when you've locked...
The pandemic may play into that significantly.
Oh, 100%.
I know I personally was going for the Twinkie cabinet a little bit more often than I would have before.
Yeah.
During the lockdown.
Well, now that they're combined, you can have a Twinkie at 1 p.m. and then you can have your afternoon Uncrustable at 4 p.m.
The only thing they're missing is dinner. They're laying awake. How do we capitalize on dinner?
That may be coming next.
Jesus Christ.
Because apparently
the monopoly. You got a monopoly on
that is
snacks,
all these things.
All the snacks
Used to be a monopoly. Yeah, all the snacks used to be a monopoly. As far as I know, it's still against the law, but it doesn't seem to be a law that's enforced anymore.
What, monopoly laws?
Yeah,
they're enforced if those are hard to enforce sometimes because, okay, but tell me this: so right now it's probably fine because they've got peanut butter and jellies and shit. Yeah. They've got Twinkies and Ho-Hos. They've got just about anything that's in your pantry right now. But what they don't have is dinner. If they lock in dinner, then that would be a monopoly. Of course, we'd have to consult the monopoly board and the official rules book to know what the rules of monopoly are.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
But they don't have dinner, but they do have dog food.
So they've got that covered too.
Yeah.
Oh, sons of bitches.
So you can have an Uncrustable, your dog can have kibbles and bits.
Smucker, your dog can have an Uncrustable, fucking dog food.
It is kind of dog food.
Fucking
dogs love peanut butter. We actually had an argument about this when I first moved in, because I like smooth peanut butter, and you say that's for girls.
I didn't say it was for girls.
You said it for children.
I said it was for children.
I know.
And it is for girls too, but it's also for children.
Yeah, it's
children
for
and
children.
Girls' taste palates almost identical. Minus they like salads. Girls like salads.
Yeah, dry salad.
Dry salad.
But you say that's for children, and grape jelly is for children as well.
Yeah, a child needs a spreadable spread, like a jelly, or a smooth peanut butter. An adult prefers jam and crunchy peanut butter. Write into the podcast. Tell us which side of this you're on. I think that stuff with texture, like jam and crunchy peanut butter, is for adults. And I think if spreadable is a priority for you, you're either making something for a 5-year-old, or you are yourself 9 years old, and you need a spreadable. Learn how to use a knife. Fucking spread it. It's not rocket science.
You keep it up, I'll use a knife right now.
I'm not talking to you. I'm saying this collective.
So Smucker said he believes sweet snacks continue to have a place in American diets, even in the face of mounting focus on obesity in America.
Okay.
That's what we've been talking about. We've been talking about obesity in America for the past 50 years.
I know. That's also not a very inspiring anecdote to throw out there when he's merging a business. Don't worry. Sugary snacks have a place in the American heart.
So we'll end on this. The sale caps a turnaround for Hostess, which has been through 2 Chapter 11 bankruptcies. 2 investment firms bought the company out of liquidation a decade ago, returning Twinkies to store shelves after an 8-month absence.
You know what?
Hostess returned to the public markets in November 2016 under the ticker symbol Twink.
No. What? Did they really? No. Yeah. They're called Twinks now?
Yeah, that's their stock symbol.
The stock symbol?
Yeah, Twink. Yeah. So,
wow.
And the Hostess was founded in Lenexa, Kansas.
That's where my brother lives.
Oh, wow.
Tim Nunnink, friend of the show. Welcome anytime.
Yeah, Tim Nunnink.
And his wife and my niece.
So...
2 Chapter 11 bankruptcies in and out of their shelves. And what's wild about that is the Twinkies themselves, same Twinkies, produced probably 15 years ago.
Yeah,
going on and off the shelves back into a warehouse.
Yeah.
Back in the, there's no expiration date.
No, there's no, they're good. They're good forever.
The Twinkies going bankruptcy, whatever you want. Just, I've been through it all. I've seen it all.
Yeah.
Lasts longer than fucking the CEO. Well, with them coming back on the shelves in some places, they're probably... I remember they were a hot commodity when they were going away. It seemed like get your last Twinkies.
Sure. When we were young boys, Twinkies were huge.
Huge. When it felt like you may not see them on the shelf anymore, go get your last box.
Yeah.
Well, with that kind of product on the shelf and so many other products that we want to get our hands on, the people working these stores, Trent, are having a hell of a ride.
Yeah.
Because let me tell you this is an article from the Wall Street Journal.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. This says store workers face more danger. Michael Jacobs, definitely a real name, a CVS store manager in Mesa, Arizona, thought a man was stealing from his store, so he confronted him and called the police. Officials arrived moments later, and the suspect was released after the manager said he wouldn't press charges. The suspect then went home, grabbed a gun, and returned a few hours later to the CVS, where he shot and killed Jacobs, according to the police.
Jesus Christ.
All that is to say, retailers are facing a growing wave of theft that has led companies to take different steps in response, including locking up more merchandise on shelves, hiring off-duty police officers, closing some hard-hit stores. I don't know why they put that anecdote about that guy getting shot.
Well, I think the moral of the story is always press charges.
If you want to press charges. I like how the guy...
That's what you get for being a nice guy. I'm not going to press charges. He comes back and shoots you with a gun.
In the chest. You're going to press charges now? Because what I did now seems like you'd want to press charges. But
maybe that's what his plan. He wanted to go to jail. He's like,
that's a wild story.
Yeah,
he said, "Hey, are you stealing?" The guy goes, "No." And he goes, no. And the police come. They go, never mind. Just get it. Comes back, shoots him in the chest. Well, that's actually the price you pay for wasting somebody's. If you keep somebody at a place for hours, do you deserve to be shot? He probably was mad you wasted his time. He's like, at least press charges on me at this point. You fucking had me here all afternoon, waited for the fucking police to come.
Yeah.
Didn't even book me.
Yeah.
But anyway, a spokesperson from CVS Heath said that the company was saddened by the September 7th shooting in Mesa store and that it made counseling services available to Jacobs' coworkers and was assisting his wife with access to benefits.
Jesus.
They said that, but Jacob's family started a GoFundMe page to raise $10,000 for funeral expenses and said that they hadn't yet received assistance from CVS. so breaking news. Corporation allows man to be shot, says they'll help out the expenses, and I haven't got an idea. Okay, well, if something seemed like something weird just happened, we lost...
The batteries died.
We
lost power.
We lost power in our audio device.
Yeah, but you know who I wish would lose power?
Tell me more.
This is from the Wall Street Journal show. Tech leaders debate AI risks amid push to enact regulations.
Okay. Tell me. Do you want the regulators to lose power or the AI people to lose power?
Basically, honestly, anyone mentioned in this article
should all lose
power.
They should all be stranded on a desert island.
And a lot of them did visit an island. I'm not going to mention which one, but
but it was one of my favorites. and sorry, this says tech leaders debate AI risks amid push to enact regulations. Okay.
Dateline Washington.
Dateline Washington. Wow. Okay.
Elon Musk, Bill Gates.
Jesus, can we get through a fucking episode without hearing about this goddamn guy?
Mark Zuckerberg and other...
Not to be mistaken with Mark Smuckerberg.
Mark Smuckerberg.
Friend of the show. Welcome.
Mark Smuckerberg is a friend of the show. And other technology heavyweights debated the possibilities and risks of artificial intelligence in a closed-door meeting with more than 60 U.S. senators. And by the way, the U.S. senators, I'm sure they have their brains wrapped around artificial intelligence.
Yeah, not did I just shit my pants in a press conference.
Mitch McConnell, he's sitting there.
Dianne Feinstein. Also, by the way, before we jump into this, can they stop using the word heavyweights after nerds?
Elon, Heavyweights used to mean Mike Tyson.
Tech heavyweights. Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg.
And Bill Gates.
Stop calling these guys heavyweights. They get off on that. They think that they're like cage fighters and shit. They're not heavyweights. You're not boxers. You're not wrestlers. You're fucking nerd dork fuckfaces. You're dorks.
They stink. By the way, has anyone had a fall from grace more than Bill Gates?
What was his fall from grace?
I mean...
I thought he was still in, like, OK Grace.
Well, there's rumors that he was on Epstein's Island. But...
Who wasn't?
Yeah, you're right. If I had that, I'd go.
Check it out. Just to look around. Just see the spectacle, right?
No, but...
I want to get into the VIP package, really.
I just feel like he was looked at when we were growing up as like
Mr. Computer.
The embodiment of who people would strive to be. And now he's just some schmuck like all these other words you can't say anymore. I was going to say a bad word.
Wow. I want to know. You have to tell me after the show. You can find out what Trent was going to say if you join our Patreon.
Or if you can read the beginning of my lips. I was going to... But I don't know. Bill Gates, he just seems like an annoying. He's trying to...
Well, he's like half retired now, and he's like, I think climate change is bad. And it's like, we all
just be
agree.
Rich and be quiet.
Just either...
Why does every rich person have to want to rule the world now? Just be rich and enjoy your money. You don't have to be a heavyweight.
They want to be heavyweights.
Yeah.
So tell me more about this AI thing.
Well, Musk, the CEO, if you're not familiar, he's the CEO of Tesla and owner of X.
Jesus Christ.
Formerly Twitter.
Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, we got it. God.
Warned about what he views as AI's potential to threaten humanity. According to a participant. Microsoft.
According to a participant of what?
Well, this was a closed-door meeting. So, a participant...
I think this is the same closed-door meeting I talked about last time.
Could be.
Yeah.
A man on the inside is relaying this back to the journalist at the Wall Street Journal. Microsoft co-founder Gates said that technology could help address world hunger. I don't know how.
Yeah, I feel like he's just been saying that for 2 decades.
Yeah, that's kind of why I'm turning on him.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
because all he ever says.
You know it would help end world hunger. Your money.
Right. Not everyone's.
No,
yours.
Bill Gates' money.
Bill Gates' money.
No, but we need to rely on AI. I can't fathom how AI would help end world hunger. Something we've been trying to figure out for years.
Yeah, how would that help world hunger? I'm sorry, unless it can put fucking peas and carrots in my goddamn mouth. Well, it'll source the nearest TGI Fridays faster. It'll tell me if there's a good discount on Buffalo Wild Wings nearby in my village.
One debate centered on so-called open source AI systems that are available for the public to download and modify. These systems allow companies and researchers to tap into AI technology similar to the models that powered ChatGPT without spending millions of dollars to train them. Tristan Harris, head of the nonprofit Center for Humane Technology, argued that bad actors can abuse open source AI systems, including the Llama 2 model recently released by Meta Platforms, the company led by Zuckerberg.
It has never done anything wrong.
Harris said his nonprofit was able to get Llama 2 model to provide instructions on how to create dangerous biological compounds.
Jesus Christ.
And then Zuckerberg, he said, whoa, you could find those online already. That was his defense of...
Okay. Well, it's a lot easier when I ask your fucking chatbot.
Yeah, to tell me exactly how to do it instead of figuring out how to go on the dark web.
That's already out there. Guns don't kill people. I kill people. Me.
Yeah. Mark Zuckerberg. Some executives in the room argued that adding too many safety guardrails on AI systems risked American leadership in the technology. Another contested topic, the possibility that future AI systems could wipe out humanity. So
good.
Just something to think about.
Yeah, it's sort of a throwaway article. Something to rack your brain on. We saw the precursor last week when I said they're meeting up to talk about it. Well, I wonder what they'll say. Turns out Bill Gates said we could end world hunger.
They said anything you thought they were going to say is exactly what they said. Bill Gates
probably didn't even show up. They probably phoned in their answers to the summit.
They had AI send it in.
They had open source fucking Llama 3 send it in.
Why is everything named so stupid, too? Llama 2. It's like, well, who's naming this shit?
Yeah, can we not give something the name of the animal from the Emperor's New Groove that's going to tell me how to make a biological mass weapon? This is called Pony, and it tells us how to make a chemical bomb.
Did you ever have like a bomb threat at your school?
Yeah. I was a sophomore. Somebody called in a bomb threat or something, and everybody was on high alert all day.
Yeah.
And nothing ever came of it, but it was a bomb threat. Yeah.
Yeah, bomb threat. Bomb threat never scared me as much as a gun threat.
Yeah,
because I mean, most of the people I went to school with are morons. You know, they don't know how to make a bomb.
Well, bomb too, you got one big boom in one room.
Yeah,
and odds are you 1 out of 50 chance you're in that room. Gun, that guy's going room to room. Yeah, I mean, you better hope that fucking your desk is going to block the door. But a bomb, you figure he's going to do it in the library with the most people.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm in fucking study hall. He's not bombing that place.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
So bring a gun like the rest of the losers.
The moral of the story is bring a gun. Well, yeah, that must be a tough conversation to have, whether to bring a bomb or a gun to school. You know what something else that could be a tough conversation to have, Trent? Is your finances with your partner.
Yeah, sure.
If I had one. If I had finances or a partner.
If I had any money or anyone to share my love with, this would be an article I'd be interested in. But right now, I couldn't care less.
Well, to our viewers who may have either money or a partner. We have something from the Personal Journal.
Oh, sure.
From the Wall Street Journal. Yeah, if I had love, money, or prospects, then maybe this would apply to me. But as it stands, I have none. So it's from the Personal Journal of the Wall Street Journal. Mm-hmm. And this goes, headline on, quote, money dates, couples are mixing romance with finance.
Yeah, that sounds romantic.
Advisors, relationship counselors make the case for discussing financial plans over candlelit dinners. Let's spice it up. This is something that's definitely relatable to a lot of people. To set the mood for poring over budgets and savings goals. Also, they spelled pouring wrong. This is in the Wall Street Journal. They spelled it Poring. I'm going to call that out there by Julia Carpenter. You spelled the word pouring wrong in the first sentence of your fucking article. Wow. To set the mood, to set the mood for poring over budgets and savings goals, Tiara Bates and her husband Gregory get dressed to the nines and head to dinner for a fancy steakhouse. Quote, we're discussing things, but we're celebrating at the same time, said Bates, a school therapist and real estate agent in Shelby, North Carolina. Quote, treating ourselves while still talking about the goals we have in mind. This mix of romance and finance has been dubbed a money date by financial advisors and others in the business of building wealth. The idea is to carve out time for a short for the sort of conversations couples often dread by making it an event to look forward to.
So you know the event you look forward to, a date where you just talk about fun things. Why don't you ruin that by talking about your financial woes?
Yeah. Why don't you a lot of
that? Yeah. Why don't you? Yeah, the fun thing.
You know what really keeps the sex in the air is talking about our hedge fund and our 401k and our Fidelity Mutual account.
Everything you think of when you think about a date, throw that out the window. You're talking about how much credit card debt your husband racked up.
Yeah. Baby, I am going to take you to Saison Gregory's Steakhouse. I want you to get the nicest bottle of wine. By the way, we're $5,000 in debt. It's something that we really need to talk about.
I have a severe gambling addiction.
And you cannot keep buying dresses like this.
But look at these nice candlelit.
But God, I can't wait to fuck you in that dress right now. Advisors and relationship counselors say couples who go on regular money dates can better manage their spending, savings, and investing. Since disagreements over money can strain marriages, having regular open discussions about financial decisions in a fun and intimate way can help address the troubles before they become a source of resentment.
Yeah, so if you're worried about money, how about you go out and spend more of it on a fancy dinner?
They actually talk about it. I want to see if I highlight it. So they go, it seems... they bring that up.
It's kind of counterintuitive.
Now I'm paraphrasing because I didn't underline, but somewhere in here they go, it seems, or you may have to spend money. The old adage, you need to spend money to make money, certainly applies here. They go, it seems counterintuitive.
Yeah.
This all seems like a ploy to get people to go. It's like the 5-star restaurants have been taking a hit, and they need rich people to go back to 5-star restaurants.
Right.
And this is maybe a way to do it. Every other article in here seems like someone knows someone at the Wall Street Journal,
and they go, we need some help.
We need some help. Maybe the Journal can help us out.
Yeah, everyone's calling in favors.
Yeah. Now here's, if you haven't done this before, making for couples looking to set up their first ever money date, Cole, someone from the article, recommends reviewing the most recent credit card statements as a duo. When both partners are looking at the transaction history, they're better able to get on the same page about what needs to be done, about recurring subscriptions and spendthrift tendencies.
Yeah. And you're at Applebee's and your wife is like, and what's this $150 on something called OnlyFans? What is this you're spending?
And he goes, baby, you look beautiful tonight. You look beautiful tonight.
It's half price happy hour. Yeah. Let's throw this in the trash.
Yeah, I've had a money date at Applebee's. I've also had one at the dive bar down the street. Oh, man.
God.
Yeah, so if you're extremely rich, then I guess you can go talk about your money woes and fuck your partner in the same night. Breaking news. Breaking news from the Wall Street Journal. Rich people are talking about money and then having sex in their rich houses.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, if you go on a money date and maybe your wife makes a cutting remark, this article may give some tips on how to think of a clever comeback.
Now, I'm going to be honest about a sentence into that last article. I was like, let's just plow through this because I've got to hear this next one.
Yeah.
I've been looking forward to this.
So this is also from the Wall Street Journal and the Personal Journal.
The Personal Journal.
Firing back in a battle of wits. Ever struggled to come up with a perfect comeback line? Try these strategies. And then
What sad, broken person wrote this?
This is like an article for children. This is like something you would see in like Highlights magazine.
If you're 11.
Yeah.
And
They're like, are you being bullied? Maybe try these to
Yeah. I know you are, but what am I?
Yeah. I mean, that's not far off from.
So, do we have some examples here? What do we got?
Well, it starts off with a little story. Yeah.
Okay.
My nephew Noah had a classmate in 7th grade who mocked him for being short.
Okay.
One day he came up to Noah after lunch and crouched down as if he were trying to make himself the same height. Quote.
It's pretty funny.
Quote, "Is this what you see down here?" he teased.
Wow. What a dick.
Noah paused, struggling for words. Then he replied, "Bend down a little lower and kiss my rear end."
Nice.
Bones?
Bones. By the way, we do that now.
Yeah. We've started doing bones.
Yeah.
So if you don't like it, unsubscribe.
Give bones when bones are due.
Yeah. So he said, "Bend down a little lower and kiss my rear end." Bet there are times you wish you had a line like that.
Well, Noah, a little piece of advice. Maybe sub out rear end for kiss my ass.
Yeah.
Kind of rolls off the tongue a little bit better.
Yeah, it does. It's much cooler than rear.
Now, I'm no insult comic.
No.
But
now there's an art, Joe, to the comeback line.
Is that right?
Yeah. The best ones put the offender on notice and allow us to stand up for ourselves or someone else.
This is insane.
Comeback lines can be tough to come up with in the moment, though. I typically come up with mine days later in the shower.
I mean, I think we've all been there.
Yeah.
We've all been there. We thought, man, if only I wish I would have said that to him. Oh, I would have got him good.
Yeah.
But it seems to be a real problem
And then
now.
you cut yourself with a razor.
Yeah, bleed out in the shower.
It can be good to pause rather than blurt out the first thing that comes to mind, but often we want to answer in a front. Having go-to comeback lines in our back pocket along with some other strategies can help.
Okay.
Christopher Kilmartin, 68, a consultant in Fredericksburg, Virginia, often uses humor.
They call him the comeback king.
They call him the comeback king. Old Christopher Kilmartin.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the comeback
Christopher
king.
Kill him.
You don't want to say anything bad to him. He'll cut you down, I say.
Christopher Killer.
He often uses humor in his comebacks.
Oh, I never thought of that.
It's an interesting strategy to use humor.
To use humor in a comeback is sort of a biting.
Yeah, it's something. Write that down. I never thought of.
Interesting, yeah.
I normally just say.
I usually
Why'd you say that?
I
cry.
Yeah, I go for a really emotionally charged thing.
Yeah. I usually just
go. No one likes you anyway. Your dad's dead. Then I run away. And then I cry in my room. Okay.
So he uses humor, including once while playing. This paragraph's infuriating. Once while playing the famous Ballybunion golf course in Ireland, when he told his group that he was going to play from the forward tees, colloquially called the ladies' tees, a man in his group teasingly said he'd have to call him a slur that refers derogatorily to women. And Christopher Kilmartin, the comeback king, said, quote, "Oh, I think Lorena Oka can hit it farther than any of us."
Sorry, I'm not.
That would have been my reaction too if he said that. I tried to josh around with him and say, "I'm gonna have to call you a derogatory term for a lady," and then he says, "Oh, I think Lorena Oka consider." I would have the same look you have right now, Joe. But apparently, Lorena Oka is a famous lady golf professional, and that killed with his group of friends.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Oh, good. So this is an article in the newspaper, is it? Got it.
Yeah.
Just wanted to double check on that.
He came back with that biting line about Lorena Oka.
Okay, because the guy says, "What are you going to play up there like a bitch?"
Yeah.
And he goes, "Actually, Lorena Okra could hit it farther than any of us." And then the other guy goes, "Oh, fuck. I just got crisscrossed. I just got killer Chris."
So,
wow, that's pretty good, Chris.
Yeah,
way to use humor.
Work.
So they preface this by saying that Chris uses humor.
That's what they said. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Just double checking. Got it. Okay.
He says the man apologized and they went on to have a great time. He's not sure why they never hung out again.
Did it say that?
No, he didn't say that. But I can't imagine if I were somebody and I made a joke, you bitch, and then they push up their glasses and they go, well, actually, there's some very good lady professional golfers out there. I go, okay. This is the last time we're ever hanging out. So,
okay, man. All right, that's
yeah.
Wow.
So, and then there's some.
We got some other comebacks in here.
There's some other comebacks. So, some people they take a breath. It's okay to not respond as well. This says you may want to give some people a pass, such as a child.
I'm sorry, but
your boss or someone you don't care about.
Who the fuck is this written for? Who the fuck is this written for?
Yeah. So is
this written for an alien? It's their first day on Earth. It's okay if someone says something bad. If it's a child, perhaps don't say something bad to them. But if they insult women athleticism, perhaps bring up a woman professional athlete. That would show them.
He'll be sure to have heard of.
Yes, good. Now I know how to make comeback in stirring social situation.
There's inherent tension in calling out someone's behavior.
Sure.
We learned that in the first article about feedback.
We did. And it seems that people have a problem with inherent tension. Even though it seems to be a sort of fact of life.
It's just a matter of human life. Is that there's going to be some tension sometime.
Let's remove all tension so that we feel nothing.
It's living in a cotton candy land. Humor, and we need to realize this, Joe. Humor can often soften the blow.
I feel like I'm going insane.
While humor can soften the blow while still letting you get your point across, says Caleb Warren, an associate professor of marketing at the University of Arizona who studies humor.
Jesus Christ. Should be drowned.
This is why Noah's "kiss my butt" comeback line worked when he delivered it. The other kids nearby burst out laughing, and his bully looked like he smelled something really bad, he says. He never teases Noah again. But something tells me after this article, Noah is in for a world of hurt.
Yeah, I don't think this helps Noah's case, this article. Also, who's this Miranda lady? What was her name? Who studies humor in Arizona?
It's a guy.
Sorry, that was sexist of me.
Caleb Warren. He's a professor of marketing in University of Arizona who studies humor. Can't think of...
I hope this university fucking fires him for this.
Well, anybody that says they study humor...
I have no trust in them at all. Yeah. They're the least funny person I've ever met. It's something an alien... It's like I said, it's something an alien would do.
Yeah.
What does that mean to study humor? Do you watch Carlin specials? No.
No.
There's a reason that Noah's comeback worked. When he said, "kiss my butt," the other kids burst out. What's this, 1958 in a playground? Kiss my butt? What are we... What is this? I don't understand.
Yeah.
I literally can't understand who this article's for. I love it. I love that it's an article.
I do too, but it doesn't belong in the Wall Street Journal. At least not my idea of the Wall Street Journal.
Well, one thing I've learned doing this podcast with you, Trent, is that whatever our idea of the Wall Street Journal was.
Take anything you thought about the Wall Street Journal, throw that out the window.
Throw that right out the window.
It's like for a magazine for kids. You see it. This should be in a book you pick up at the Scholastic Book Fair.
Yeah, and then your bully grabs a book out of your hand and says, "What are you reading, dipshit?" And throws it across the room.
Excuse me, sir. How about you bend over and kiss my rear end?
And he goes, "No."
I've been foiled again.
I've been foiled again. And then he says, kiss my rear end. He goes, I've been foiled again. And then a university professor walks into the Scholastic Book Fair. The reason that Noah's comeback worked.
Yeah, it's like the Twilight Zone.
Yeah. A lot of interesting articles. They have a lot of content that makes me scratch my head, makes me wonder, why is this in the Wall Street Journal? They got a lot of things where I go, I don't understand how this is in a national newspaper.
Yeah.
And the least of all is our friends at Pepper and Salt. Now,
boy.
If you're not familiar with Pepper and Salt, give it a Google. It'll probably be on the 8th page of Google image results. It is is the only cartoon syndicated by the Wall Street Journal that has no author attached to it.
Yeah, there's no name ever attached to it.
No author of the illustrator or the writer or whoever it might be. It just says the Wall Street Journal, Pepper and Salt. Now, this one here is an illustration of, I'll hold this up to the camera in a second, of Noah's Ark with some sort of animal that I literally can't tell what it is on the side. And the caption, I'm assuming that animal outside of Noah's Ark is saying, it says, quote, I'll stick with my survivalist bunker.
Yeah.
Now, what is that animal?
Well, Joe, that is no animal at all. That, it looks to be a bearded man.
What?
Being stuck out of a bunker. Is sticking his head out of a manhole cover.
Oh, I'm seeing it now. I thought that was a... Okay, so here we go.
So this guy is a survivalist. And it explicitly states that in the caption. So he's a survivalist, and again,
it's definitely not something that would make me laugh out loud. But again, I'm no student of humor. Same way some of the
we didn't go to the University of Arizona.
The University of Arizona, which is known for
one of the top 5 funniest schools in the country.
Leading one of the leaders in humor studies.
Yeah.
So I can't speak to this from an academic standpoint.
Yeah.
I'll stick with my survivalist bunker. This is a bearded man popping up looking at Noah's Ark. Okay. I don't know if what tell me what you think the greater message of this is. Right in. What does this mean? What are they? I don't get what.
I don't know what it means, but I do know this: the writers of Pepper and Salt can kiss my rear end.
And on that note, we'll see you next week. Goodbye. Follow us on the stuff. Thank you, as always, for listening to Echo Chamber Podcast. Like and subscribe. Follow wherever you get your podcast.
Oh, yeah. All that shit.
And tune in next week. We'll have some great stories for you.
This is Trent Mabry signing off.
And Joe Nunnink signing off.
Bye-bye.
At the square?